Barry Odom building his staff as we head towards the 2016 football season. His offensive coordinator is Josh Heupel, and Josh joins us now. And first of all, welcome to Mizzou. You've been here for a couple of weeks settling in, and what have been your first impressions of a place that you got to know reasonably well when you were a player at Oklahoma?
Yeah, have some familiarity with the area. Obviously, being here and getting a better taste for the community. My wife and kids are here already, actually, and it's a great place for our family. And then the community here on campus is really outstanding. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm sure it's been eye-opening for you. I mean, you played at OU in the early 2000s and made at least one trip here, I would imagine. But over the years, just the changes to the stadium, the football program, I mean, it's got to look completely different than maybe the last time you were in town.
Yeah, I think it's really a credit to the administration and what they've been building and what they are trying to build in the future. You look at the renovations to the stadium, it's an absolute dynamite place, a real home field advantage. And then you look at what our players are living in every single day here with their weight room, the meeting rooms, the dining facility, academics, all in-house in one area. It's really second place to nothing.
When you think about your style and the kind of offense you're going to implement, what are some of the high points, the key things that you're trying to get started here and your style as an offensive coordinator and a coach?
Well, at the end of the day, our kids have to play smart. They have to play physical. And we got to be aggressive. So there's a lot of the mental aspects that we got to continue to develop in our players. But schematically, we want to be up tempo. We want to be multiple in our personnel groupings, one tight end, two tight end sets, and we want to be able to be explosive. And so we got to be dynamic in the run game, be physical, and then be able to create one-on-one matchups on the outside and win.
In your past, in your experience, previous jobs, you've worked with some very high-level quarterbacks, Heisman Trophy winners and finalists, and yourself a Heisman Trophy finalist in your playing days. When you look at the stable of quarterbacks here, what skills do you see that excite you that you think the offense can really take advantage of this year?
Well, I think they're all a little bit different, and I haven't had a chance to dive into a lot of tape on them. Familiar with a couple of them because I've recruited them previously, and Matty Mock is a winner, a guy that is a great competitor and has found a way to put his team at the end of the day on the right side of the scoreboard. Drew Lock is a talented young freshman, great arm, great overall skill set, guy that was an elite basketball player, Division I offers. I think he's just scratching the surface of what he can become. And there's other guys within our position that have unique skills as well that we as a staff, and me in particular, have to find a way to take advantage of. And so pushing those guys every single day, they got to be the first in and the last guy out on the practice field. They got to be our hardest worker and our toughest kids. So developing that group to become what they can become is my first order of business.
When you look around the rest of the offense and some of the weapons that are coming back from 2015 into the 2016 season, what are some other areas you feel like, hey, there are some weapons there, there are some things that we can work with?
Well, we got some skilled players out on the outside. We're extremely young at that position. Guys that are in their freshman, sophomore year at wide receiver. Some guys that maybe redshirted or were planning on playing that got injured early in training camp. That I think that group, if it becomes a competitive group, one that we can trust day in and day out in their work habits, is a group that can really develop into an upper tier here in the SEC. And you look at the running back position, we got to find a bell cow, a guy that's going to be our main man. And that's going to come through competition here as we go through spring ball and in recruiting.
And finally, as you begin your tenure as the Mizzou offensive coordinator, your day-to-day, what are your primary things you're working on? What takes up most of your time here as you've gotten going?
You got to recruit every single day. It's the lifeblood of your program, so you got to dive into that every single day. And then, as we continue to finish our staff, it's going to be getting into the X's and O's, become extremely familiar with our kids that we have here on campus, implement what we want to do, and then fit at the end of the day what we're going to call when we get into fall camp and into the first ball game to fit our personnel. And we got to get to know our kids and find out what they can do. Don't ask them to do things that they can't do, and put them in a position to be successful.
It's pretty exciting. Are you pretty energized by the new job, the opportunity, this new staff coming together under Barry Odom?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about working with Coach Odom. He's a guy that I've known as a competitor from the outside very well. Just believe in who and what he is as a person, and his direction for this program. Very task-oriented and very driven and very purposeful in everything that he does. And so when we put this entire staff together and get an opportunity to work with our kids, I feel really good about the direction that this thing will head in.
Coach, thanks for your time. I know you got a lot to get to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Josh Heupel, the new offensive coordinator for the Missouri Tigers under Barry Odom, also in charge of quarterbacks getting going here at the University of Missouri.